You get sad, you put on your blush, a little lip gloss, and you move on. You move on. You keep going. As if the podcast. As if the podcast. Wait, okay. Girl, as if. As if. Okay, none of this sounds good. You know what? As if the podcast. How about that? Hello, guys, and welcome to As If the Podcast with your host, me, Asia, my queen. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I'm just chilling, on my pink couch. What an amazing day. What a great day to be alive, huh? What an amazing day to be alive. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I've been really emotional today. I've been really sad today. And nobody came to my rescue. Not a mother black ass person. Nobody. I took a little stroll around the block, just riding my bike. And I stopped and was just crying, and nobody pulled over and asked me if I was doing okay. Nobody. Not a soul. But let me not ask for someone to pull over, and yeah. But not even homegirl that was walking across the street from me. You saw me. And you didn't ask me for shit. You didn't ask, "Are you okay? Would you like my assistance in anything?" Nothing. Wow. That's okay. But you know what? You get sad, you put on your blush, a little lip gloss, and you move on. You move on. You keep going. We have no other option. Right? But y'all know me, and y'all know that I'm going to take my time to be dramatic. Okay? I'm going to take my time and throw my fit. Okay? I need that. Because what do they say? After rain, there's sunshine. Look at her. You get what I'm saying? You shed those tears. You listen to the sad song, and you get up and do your motherfucking thing, right? You show up. And this is what I'm doing, okay? Even though I was going to be like, fuck it. Fuck it all. I'm not going to record nothing. I'm not going to, fuck it. Like, it just don't need to do any of it. Just. Then I was like, no. We're not going to take the easy way out. We're not going to take the easy way, because it would be easy to just say fuck it, right? It'd be so fucking easy, but we're not doing easy nowadays. We're not doing motherfucking easy. We're showing up, okay? Even if it's not going to be the best, most life-changing episode that ever existed, I'm here. I'm doing what the fuck I gotta do. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my best. And we're going to keep doing that. Right? Right? You get what I'm saying? Just do it. Just. Because y'all should have saw my eyelashes are crunchy. Crunchy. Like, you might hear it. Let me put it close to the mic. No, you can't hear it. Crunchy, though. But we did what we had to do. Because that's what we do. We do what the fuck we gotta do. I've been looking at myself like a woman on a mission. Bitch, I got a job. Right? And I'm not talking about the job that I'm clocking in and out of. I'm talking about a purpose in life. Right? And we give ourselves that time to feel and blah, 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 but we get back to purpose and what it is that we're supposed to do. You know, so deal with it, yes. Deal with what you got going on. Deal with it. But then, boom. I'm back. You get what I'm saying? But get back up. Don't fucking play. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel what I am saying? Do you get it? Do you get what I'm saying? I have these sticky notes and they remind me, it's like a sentence, a couple words that just reminds me of, oh, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is why I'm here. Because sometimes we be like, why the fuck am I doing this shit? Why the fuck am I putting myself through this shit? Why am I showing up to this damn job? Why am I showing up to this gym? Why am I showing up to this therapy appointment? Why the fuck am I doing this? But then you have something or you remind yourself, you get back to center, you're like, oh, it's because of the purpose. I have a map. You know what I'm saying? I might get off track a little bit and we gotta but boom, we get right back. You know what I'm saying? So that was me today. Like, I woke up, everything was cool, and then I got a little off track, sidetracked, and whoa, let's deal with this. I had to patch that up a little bit, put some Band-Aids on, you know, did my hair, put my lip gloss on, did my hair, blush, Pam, and then get back into the groove. Right? There's this saying that keeps coming up in my head. Lauren London had said this on In Real Life with Angie Martinez. She said, be like water. Just go with the flow. And then in my head, I was thinking about how powerful water is, how graceful it is, how it just maneuvers through things. Oh, excuse me, boom, boom, boom. But if it has to, it'll plow right through it. Okay, you want to be in the way? Let's get you out. You get what I'm saying? So it's not something you want to fuck with, for real. I don't even know what the fuck I was saying, guys. I don't even know what the point of that was. But what I want to say is, despite anything, I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to be here and do my best. And if it isn't the most groundbreaking thing or the most life-changing thing, it is still worthy. I'm still worthy of showing up. We talk a lot about worthiness as well, guys. But I'm still worthy of showing up even if I am not doing something that's super groundbreaking, super, oh my God, revolutionary. It's still worth being here. So today we are going to talk more about showing up with a fellow podcaster. Her name is Alora. She is going to join me on Let's Chat with Asia My Queen. Guys, I am so excited for this episode because, one, it's with a fellow podcaster. Said that. Two, it's with my new motherfucking mic, period. She's official, baby. She is official. And three, I use this time to gather information that I would like to apply into my life, right? Like, I love having conversations and asking people how they deal with things, how they show up for themselves, how I love having conversations with people about how they manage stress, how they manage their passion and relationships with people, because it helps me so much with learning how I should or should not manage those exact things. So I really use this time to learn. So as I talk to these people, these questions are coming from sincere curiosity. I really want to know these things. It's not just something that I write down or I'm checking off of a list of questions. I just like having these conversations, and it helps me so much with understanding people, with understanding myself. I love having conversation because it allows us to understand how we feel and how we are not alone in a lot of the ways we feel. Isn't it so beautiful to hear someone express themselves and you're like, oh my God, that was exactly how I was feeling, but I couldn't put it into words. You know, and it almost, when you're able to put a feeling into words, it almost dumbs down the feeling. It's not such a grandiose thing anymore. It's like, this is exactly what that is. And you're able to move on, right? When you're able to understand your feelings and talk about it and put into words and explain it, you're like, oh, that's it? Okay, right? But when it's in your head and always marinating, always there, and you just can't put it into words, and you either you don't have the courage to, or you don't know how to describe that feeling, it could feel so overwhelming. So I really appreciate this time that people are taking to just answer some questions for me. And I'm really excited. So I hope you guys enjoy. So everybody, welcome Alora to As If the Podcast. Woo! I am so happy to have you on. Of course, we had a conversation before we started recording, but today we are going to talk about showing up for yourself. So Alora has a new podcast. What are you on, Mike? Are you going on episode 2 or 3?
Episode 3 airs on Monday. I'm going to be consistent. We're going to shoot for every Monday at 12 p.m. Central.
Yeah, no, she is going to be consistent because I'm going back to the gym on Monday. So I told her that's where I'm listening to the podcast because I'm repeating myself. But if you guys want a podcast to listen to at the gym specifically, this is the podcast. It's called Absolutely Not, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely Not. Yeah,
And
no,
I
girl.
think our brands mess so well. Absolutely Not and As If.
Yes,
Period. Like you know what time we grew up
yes.
in.
And the craziest thing about the title of your podcast is the fact that that's how I say the word no. Because I had a
Oh
hard
yeah.
time saying no to people. So I was like, okay, how can I start saying no? I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna start going extreme. So if the answer is no, I say absolutely not. They're like, oh, can you? Absolutely not. I'm not doing
I
that.
love it.
And the fact that you know, and then when I saw the trailer on TikTok for your podcast, and you said absolutely not, I said exactly. I love that. I love it. Okay, so tell me why you named your podcast that.
So, you know what? That is so funny you ask.
Mhm.
Absolutely Not is something that I've been saying like forever. I think I got it from my mom. Like I would ask her when I was a kid, like, Mom, can I go over Jessica's house? Like, can we have a sleepover? She'd be like, Oh, absolutely not. No, no, you will not be going over there. And I'm just like, okay, so that was my mom's way of saying no for like my entire childhood. And I have so many parts of her that I see in myself every day. And so I'm like on the phone with my manager. We're talking about like where my career is going because I'm also an artist. I have released like an EP, a few singles, even on iTunes Top 100 charts. And so we're trying to figure out like, okay, which direction do we want to go next? And he was like, I really think you should have a podcast. And like, I've had a few viral videos on TikTok where people are kind of like asking me to be on their show and things like that. And I'm like, what would I even talk about if I had a podcast? What would I even call it? And so it took me like maybe 2 seconds. I was just like, absolutely not. And we're going to talk about all the things that I would say no to.
Have you ever had an issue with saying no? Has that ever been
Girl,
something that you went
yes.
through?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. That was something that I have struggled with in childhood and in adulthood. You know, like people will invite you to all these things and you have things, goals that you're trying to accomplish, but then you have people that are pulling you in all these different directions. And so something that I've had to learn, like, especially in my adulthood, is how to say no. Like, even if I've already previously committed to something, it's like, I don't know. I talked about this in my first episode where, like, sometimes I will approve something without checking with my future self. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, yeah, I would love to go. It might be Wednesday, but on Saturday, I might not feel like it.
Yeah.
So now, like, before I accept a commitment, I'll tell them, like, give me some time to think about it. I'm gonna see how the week goes, and then I'll let you know.
Mhm.
But at first, girl, I was going everywhere. I would be going to several birthday parties throughout the day. And then when my birthday comes around, these people are nowhere to be found. So, like, you have to learn how to pretty much play a role in every aspect of any relationship that you're in.
Yeah. And when I hear people like cancel or something like that, I think about like, I try not to be in a space where it's like, well, I do this for you. I try to be more in the space where I'm like, wow, you are really honoring your no's and I need to do
Mhm.
more. Because like you almost can't
Exactly.
even blame somebody for saying, girl, I can't do it this weekend. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because like there's
I'm
so many,
tired.
yeah, and there's so many weekends where you are like, oh, I can't do it this weekend, but you still do it. And it's like, you can't
Exactly.
blame this person's honoring their feelings.
Exactly. So do I have a problem with this person because they have boundaries?
Ooh,
Or am I just disrespectful to myself because I keep going even though I don't feel like it?
yeah. And how am I being a friend or even a good person to them to even want them to ignore that they cannot do it this weekend? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so that leads into the topic for today, which is showing up for yourself. So, how do you show up for yourself on a daily basis, just like an everyday thing? Like, what is something that you have to do that, or something that you do that tells yourself, yes, you showed up today?
So for me, it's always pretty much my morning routine. I know that's cliche, like because we live in this world of TikTok where everybody has one. But my morning routine specifically focuses on like me going to the gym.
Oh,
And I've always worked out, but these last few years, it's been much harder, like after COVID, to kind of get back in the swing of things and to be consistent.
yeah.
So I feel like showing up for myself, even when the circumstances aren't perfect, makes a world of a difference. By that, I mean like going to the gym, even though I might not have gone grocery shopping for the week, or still going to the gym, even though I may not feel like it, but that's what separates motivation from discipline. You might not feel like it every day, but you know that you won't regret it after you've gone.
Yeah.
So I try to make sure that I go to the gym every day, even if it's just like a quick little workout, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And also, I've implemented Pilates into my split just because, like, sometimes going to the gym kind of gets boring.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I try to like incorporate movement every day in some form or fashion that I enjoy. That way it never gets stale.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So what made it hard for you to get into this routine? And what made it easy for you to get into this routine?
Those are very good questions. I would say my schedule definitely made it hard, but like also I feel like in life, like you have some sort of give or take. You got to make sacrifices. So for me, I have a very busy life. Like I travel a lot. I also like work from home and things like that. So my issue was like either working out after work, which wasn't working for me because by the time I get off work and come home and finish doing everything that I need to do and like trying to go before you cook dinner, it just wasn't working. Like I always ended up not showing up for myself.
Mm,
So that is where I had to make the switch. Like, okay, it might be best for me to incorporate a morning workout. And I've read all of these studies where people talk about how it helps increase their mood, it helps increase their energy. And energy was something that I have really kind of been struggling with since COVID because, like, I'm just always tired. And I
mm,
don't even know if it's that I'm tired. I think it's just because, like, I'm in the same four walls all day, every day. Like, I really don't leave. So
mm,
it might just be that I'm tired from that. So I started programming myself to start waking up early
mhm.
around this time last year, to go to the gym instead of working out after work. And
Mhm.
that's really helped. I tried to be a 5 a.m. girly. Yeah, I'm not her.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard you say
it doesn't it doesn't make sense for me to get up that early.
that. Okay.
But I am a 7 a.m. girly and I try and go to the gym downstairs or there's a gym within walking distance for me just to kind of break up the monotony. That way I'm not in the same routine every single day.
Every single day. And that's oh, okay, okay. Because yeah, staying in that once you get it down and then you have to keep doing it, you fall off. You need
Yes.
a little some, you get what I'm saying, to switch it up a little bit. Maybe you don't go to the gym,
Yes.
go, you said Pilates or yoga class or ride a bike or take a run, go hiking, something like that. So
Yes.
the thing is that you said something. You said something. Okay, when you said what made it hard is the fact that you felt like you didn't have time. I
Hmm.
go through that a lot with like some of my goals because I'm just like, I want to do so many things and get my hands into so many things. And then I talk myself out of it because I say I don't have time. But then when I start thinking about what I'm doing with my free time, I'm like, oh, it could have been
There's
like
that time.
slipping in what you say you want to do in that time. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I feel like sometimes we don't really look at our whole day and really stick to what it is that we're supposed to do for that time. And we
Hmm.
and we there's so much like leisure time, which is fine. It's fine to relax, whatever. But like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, you get what I'm saying. But like when you're scrolling through TikTok for mad hours, like you could have, or you know, or for a couple hours, whatever, you could have been doing what it is that you said you wanted to do, but you said you didn't have
Mhm.
time to do it. And like I had to really, really, really sit with that because that was always my excuse every time. So
Yep.
when you're transitioning into like um you know not really having that routine down, right? What made it easier for you to get that routine down?
I would say, okay, so I am a person that functions well when there's a routine in place. Ever
Uh,
since I was a kid, there's
uh-huh.
always been a routine, right? So, like, as a kid, I grew up as a ballerina. So, I would wake up in the morning, have breakfast, go to school, get out of school, go to ballet 5 days a week, eat, sleep, drink it, go rinse and repeat on Saturday, start the week over. So, I've always been a person that like follows this routine. I did that all the way through school. I went to college, and then in college, I created a routine for myself as well. I get up at 7. I have breakfast. I go to school by 9. I have my first meal at 9:30. You know, I eat at 12. I eat again at 3. Then eat again at 7. Then go to the gym. Like that's always just been the way that I've functioned. But I noticed that I became a little bit unmotivated once I graduated from college. I came back home, I moved in with my parents again, and like there was no routine. Like people forget that that's something that you have to keep up. Just because you graduated and you no longer need a routine, you definitely still need one. So like I went into the workforce, I started like seeing patients and things like that. And like I would wake up right before it was time to see a patient. I would not eat breakfast. I would see all my patients back to back, not have lunch. I
Yeah.
come home and be starving, and then I have no energy to go to the gym. So there we go. That's one whole week that I wasted that I'm not in the gym getting gains. And so that was a problem for like maybe 3 years, like just trying to figure out how to redevelop that routine for myself. I noticed that like I was unmotivated. I was super tired because I noticed that when like I go to sleep or I wake up right before I have to be at work or right before I have to see a patient,
You're fucked
like
up.
I have low energy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know
So
exactly what you're saying.
had to get up like super early, at least an hour before to get my mind right. Like I'm not fully awake by the time it's time for me to like do what I need to do. So yeah, it took me like 3 years to figure out like I got used to the way things were with no routine. But then I moved out of my parents' house and I moved by myself. And I started having to like wake myself up to go to work and like cook my own dinner and go
You're
grocery
like,
shopping on
oh
my
god.
own. It's just like, all right, I need a schedule or something because all of these events that I'm having to go to and remember, and then I would work all day and not eat. And then by the time I would get off work, I would be too tired to go to the gym again. And so I was just like, okay, I gotta get serious. Like, it's no way, like, I'm losing weight, but then I'm also gaining, like, I'm sorry, losing muscle and I'm gaining fat because I'm just like sitting here and I'm letting my metabolism burn.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, like, obviously, I need to create a schedule for when I need to go grocery shopping because I'm tired of not having groceries in the fridge and in the pantry. Tired of spending money on going out because the food is never good. So I just had to be realistic with myself and set this routine in place. Like, okay, I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to have breakfast and I'm going to go to the gym. Even if breakfast is just a protein shake, like that's enough to give me a little energy throughout the day. And
Yeah.
then when I come back, like I'm gonna do my skincare, say my affirmations, I'm gonna take a shower. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put on, I'm also like, I'm a person that's so driven by routine. I grew up wearing uniforms. So even though I don't have to wear uniforms to work, like I have a set like list of outfits. There's 5 of them. I got a new one for every day, a
Yeah.
little set from Lululemon or a workout set from Old Navy. And I do what I need to do. I put one of those on and I get to work, plug away till about noon. And then I pull out my little meal preps. I'm not one of those people that like actually cooks my meal preps. Like I take it out the fridge and then I cook it before it's time to eat it because I can't eat several day old food. That's nasty. And then after that, like I finish working, I'll have a little snack. And then when I get off work, I will cook dinner because I'm finding that like cooking is something that I enjoy doing. I'm not like amazing at it, but I'm getting better at it. Air fryer queen.
But, like, what it sounds like is like you set yourself up for the day prior or whatever it is that you have to do before then. Like you're like you get yourself ready is
Mhm.
what it sounds like. Like you don't just fall into things.
Yeah,
Makes
forward thinking has definitely helped me, and
uh,
it was something that I did, like, when I was a kid, like, I know I have all these things to do, so I need to go ahead and prepare for that. I know that if I go to such and such's birthday party, I'm not gonna like the food, so I need to wake up early and get dressed so I can eat something before and still, like
yeah, like what I've been doing before the gym, because I go to the gym really early. I pick out or lay out my gym clothes the night before, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like little things that we used to do as kids that we
Mhm.
do forget when we get older. And the thing is, as we get older, we need those things way more than we did even then. You know,
Yes.
we have so much more responsibilities. It's like, no, we need to dumb some shit down. We need to dumb
Yes.
some stuff down like completely. Like, stop like picking out your clothes last minute, right?
Mhm.
Like little things like that, like preparing yourself for the day before or even whatever you have to do a couple hours before, you are going to thank yourself. Because like,
Yes.
yeah, and like I think that is such a way of showing up for your future self. And I liked how you said that on one of your episodes, is the fact that like when when someone asks you to hang out and you're like, you know what, like I'm gonna have to give it a couple days, you know what I mean, and let's see how I feel in a couple days, because you are showing up for your future self, because your future self might not motherfucking want to go.
Period. Exactly.
Your future
She
self might
don't
not
wanna
want to go,
go.
you know what I mean. And like I've been saying this, like this has been my motto for this new year is, you know what, showing up for yourself doesn't always mean showing up 100%. It's
Mhm.
just showing up, being there, right? Like
Yes.
if you go to the gym and all you could fucking do is just probably sit there, like, you know what?
At least you went. And I
Yes.
was having this conversation with my therapist, because she was asking, like 'cause sometimes I can get a little bit obsessed with things. Like, I do have a very type A personality, and so she was asking me I'm healing, like, I'm doing better now. But she was asking me, like, "Okay, you going to the gym, is this, like, a body image thing?" And I'm like, "For the first time in my life, no, it's not." Like, I am going to the gym just for the sake of routine. Like, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. I don't have to complete all of the exercises. Like, I used to be so like pressed on being 100% better each day when in reality, like, I just want to be 1% better. And by the end of the month, babe, that's 30% better. Like, you're doing amazing. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be 100% every time. And that's the difference between, there's like a lot of us, especially like when it comes to like losing weight, that's the the example I always try and use because it's easier for people to understand. But it correlates to like every aspect of life, whether that's your career or whether you want to get better at doing a hobby, or I don't know, maybe you want to go be a professional tennis player.
Yep.
Like, showing up for yourself even when the circumstances aren't perfect is imperative. And like adding, I know that you said like going to the gym and like breaking up the monotony, riding a bike, going hiking. To me, I consider that what Sigmund Freud called classical conditioning. So, like, I know that I'm going to have to work out, might not like it, but even though I have to complete the activity, I'm going to reward myself by doing something that I enjoy. So, okay, I went to the gym 3 days this week. I get to go to Pilates 2 days. I went to, I don't know, I completed all of my tasks from work. So now I get to watch Netflix, just
Mhm.
to give yourself something to look forward to for doing that routine.
Yep. I had a bowl of ice cream in the freezer, and I was editing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna say fuck this shit and eat my ice cream. What if I edit and then eat that ice cream? And I'm like, bro, that ice cream is gonna taste so much better after I do what I was supposed to do and then eat the ice cream. That ice cream, not only is it bomb, it's a reward. Like,
it's an achievement. Yes, you earned that ice cream.
Exactly. And I wanna touch on what you said about like you always wanted to be 100% better. I feel like once we rid ourselves of feeling like we have to be 100%, feeling like we have to be perfect, shit gonna turn out way better than it was when you were stressing about being perfect. Because when I be stressing and stuff about being perfect, it's like, damn. But then when I just like ease with it and the way it turns out, it's like, wow, like this looks so much better. This is like when I have an episode where I'm just easing and I'm just gliding through the conversation. That's the episode that's the best every fucking time.
Yeah.
Episode where I'm like, I have to be perfect. Is my hair okay? Did I say this right? It always sounds like that when I'm listening back. It's always like, it sounds like you were trying to get it right. It sounds like, you know, it don't sound like raw and authentic. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the shit that I like. I like shit that's like, it don't gotta be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. So it's kind of whack when things are perfect. I don't like things to be perfect. I like something to be a little fucked up now.
But yes, just a little fucked up. It adds character.
It gives character. Exactly. Like, girl, my car is so messed up. Like when I tell you the shit is just, I'm like, I look out the window, I look at her, I'm like, wow, like I really fucked you up, girl. But you got character. That crack that's character. I got a car that's in the same complex as me that is exactly the same car, color and everything, year, color, everything, but it's perfect. It's in mint condition. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be like you. I'm trying to
be like me.
I'm trying to stand out. So you know what I mean? But like, that's what's just so beautiful about not being perfect and not needing to show up as 100% is the fact that it always turns out better when it's just a little fucked up. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because that's life. That's what life.
It's never going to be perfect.
Yeah, life is so fucking weird. Like, life is like, wow. You know?
Yes, like the actual content that we spend time editing is never the content that blows up. It's just like when you hop on TikTok and say some shit and you're like, oh, fuck. All these people are liking and commenting this, and I wasn't even being for real. Like, I was
think about it. You're like, I was just like, this was just a joke that kind of came up in my head like real fast, or something like that. Is so true. That is so true. So when I catch myself trying to be perfect, this was kind of, I tell myself, nope, that's it. That's it. That's the shot. That's the one. So you make that one work. That one's gonna have to work because this next take is going to be too rigid. This next take is going to be too perfect. And I don't know. I don't trust too perfect. I don't trust.
Yeah, me either. It looked like you rehearsed it a million times.
Exactly. I don't trust shit that's way too put together because, like I said, that's not what life is. So you ain't showing me like a reflection of life. You're not showing me. You know what I mean? You're editing it too much and like, wow. I didn't even think about that before we had that conversation. Like this conversation. Like I didn't even think about like, wow, this is like, it's so much better. It's so much better. So I think we're gonna wrap this episode up. I thank you so much for being here. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, I sure will. And thank you so much for having me. Like, it's honestly been a pleasure. I appreciate you even asking me in the first place. I've been wanting to collab with you since you first popped up on my timeline. I just didn't have, you got the idea. You don't have
whatever. However it goes, we're here. But are you still doing music and stuff like that? Because that's how I first found out about you is through your music.
Oh, awesome. Yes, I am still doing music. I will be releasing some new stuff this year. I kind of took a break to focus on my podcast because I'm not the type of person that can like do multiple things at once. Like I have to give everything my all, which is why my podcast is done in seasons. So like I'm wrapping up the first season and I'm still like releasing videos every Monday. And then after the first season, there's going to be a break so that I can like record and release some music videos. But yes,
Yeah,
I'm still be.
before we even get off, because I really want to, I've been telling fucking people this. I have friends who are rappers and singers and stuff like that, or associates, I should say, who are rappers and singers. What I always recommend is for them to show their personality, because now people have to like you to want to support your music. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I understand how we don't like that. It just is what it is now. Because some like, you know, we know some artists and their music is very mediocre, but we like them so much that
we don't care.
I'm gonna show up because I like your personality. I like the way you interact with your fans and stuff. I'm gonna fucking show up. And like
exactly.
So it's like this is a new age. So the fact that you're doing this podcast, fucking genius. The fact that you're on TikTok talking and stuff like that, genius. Especially like it's really going to complement your music so much. And I want to just let you, as a consumer, I appreciate you doing that. Because like, you know, like I want to know what they're like when they're not rapping, when they're not singing. Because I'm nosy now. You know what I mean?
Yes, me too.
I don't gotta know your life, but like, how do you talk? How do you like your mannerisms? I want to know more. So,
and I think that's why celebrity culture is going the direction that it is, and so many people are like more interested in creators and influencers because we do get to see that aspect of them. So, as an artist, that's something that I appreciate as well, even from a consumer standpoint. Like, I want to know, like, I don't care who you're dating, but I just want to see you go on dates. I want to see your travel content. I want to see what you like to do for fun.
Yeah, makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, a little vlog, maybe something other interests that you have, you talking, and like anybody who is an artist that's listening, I really want you guys to know from someone who consumes art. Yeah, we want to know more. Okay, you don't just drop the music. Talk on TikTok. Just say a little something.
Just give me a little snippet.
Just give us some to like. So we're like, okay, we're gonna show up every time. And yeah, I'm a fan of your content. I'm a fan of you. I'm here to support you. However, and yeah, I want to see you flourish because you are.
Girl, you too. You're doing amazing already.
Thank you. And like I'll be waiting for that episode. And what is this episode going to be about, if you don't mind me asking?
I think we left off on the topic of submission for episode 2. So episode 3 is going to be where we further dive into the meaning of submission, like how it relates to the Bible and what God had to say about it. So yeah. This one's going to be interesting.
Like I said, this is something, your podcast is something I'm super new to, like the way some of you guys' views and stuff like that. It's something very new to me. And I love listening to just different perspectives. So I appreciate you so much. Like I said, where can they find you?
Oh, yes. You guys can follow me at It's Alluras World. That's ITSALLURAS World on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yep. And I will link your podcast, your Instagram, everything in the description on YouTube and on the podcast apps and stuff. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Girl, thank you so much for having me. It's been a blessing.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.